Hey cooks, we're on to our fourth and final recipe from the Food Lab by Kenji López-Alt. Today we're making super flaky buttermilk biscuits, and we're doing the option with cheddar cheese and scallions. I hope that I can be successful on this recipe to give this book flying colors on the way out, right? So welcome to the Amy Learns to Cook kitchen. Okay, so we're going to be using a food processor. I have one right here. And we're going to go ahead and put our dry ingredients in here first. So we have our flour, our baking powder, baking soda, and salt. And we're just going to pulse this real quick. Just to mix up those ingredients. Okay, so I took a stick of butter and I cut it up into little pieces like that. We're gonna go ahead and scatter these pieces around the flour. We're gonna go ahead and put our lid back on. And we're going to go ahead and pulse this until we have crumbs in here. So the largest piece shouldn't be more than 1/4 inch at its widest. Let's see how that is. Looks pretty good to me. Then we're going to take this out of here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our crumbs here. And we're going to pour them into this bowl. Okay, so this is where it starts getting hairy for me, because I'm not good at rolling and cutting these out. So we have some buttermilk here and we have some sour cream. And we're going to go ahead and put this in there. And we're just going to go ahead and mix these together. Or mix them onto the counter.
Have you had one of those days where
yeah,
you're just a little off?
I have that kind of day every day. He says to whisk. I don't know if I could get a whisk in this little thing. Okay, we're looking pretty good here. So we are going to add this to this. Smells like sour cream because I don't eat dairy. Sour cream smells weird to me.
Oh, that's very good to me.
And we're going to combine this until it's just combined. Combine it until it's just combined. If that makes sense. Which it doesn't, but it's all good. Combined until it's just combined. Okay, let's see how we can or cannot mess this up. I have a little bit of flour here. So I have a little ruler that's plastic. I think I paid $1 for it. And I use it in the kitchen and I actually run it through the dishwasher. Don't know if it appreciates that, but I do it anyway. So we're going to go ahead and put out our rough dough here. Roughity rough. It's kind of dry, but hopefully we'll be able to remedy that. So we're going to just not knead this, but knead it, if you know what I mean. We want this to come together into some dough here. The reason you be so careful with it is because you don't want to start developing the gluten in the flour.
Is that how you lose your flakiness?
Yeah. Sort of like pie crust. He says knead it. I gotta do something to get it together here.
Do you have to add any water or anything to it?
I don't know, because there is a dampness to it.
Okay.
Can I roll it at this point? I need to roll it into a 12-inch square. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. So since you can continue the folding here, or you can cheddar and scallion it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Cheddar. Oops, a little chunk left. Scallions. Oh, these things are kind of strong.
They're very strong.
Thinly sliced.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of making a little pizza, huh?
Pizza! So I think I need to turn it this way. So we're going to take a bench scraper. I got this big one. And we're going to go like this. And we're going to take 1/3 of this. And we're going to fold it over to the center. Which is okay. And then we're going to take this side. And we're going to fold it over to the center. Oh! Does that look like it's 4 inches? It's sticking a little bit. Okay. 4 inches.
Yeah.
Let me put some flour on here. And we're going to then fold this top part down here.
Mm.
Dun, 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 dun.
Mm.
Why are you looking? And we're going to fold this part up in here until we have a 4-inch square.
Wow, if you can do that, you can work at Chipotle or something.
I made a burrito out of that boy.
You made a burrito out of it.
I'm going with more flour this time. I learned my lesson with that. Look, I have a little biscuit packet.
Well, it's a little salad.
Wee.
We can't think it like that.
Now, I need to roll this back out again to a 12-inch, a 12 by 12. Can I do it? Can I do it? You're witnessing a non-baker trying to bake something. Ooh, wait, that's more than 12 inches. I got a little carried away. I got to turn it again. And I got to do this. Out 12 inches.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like it's easier. The first time.
Yeah, it was a little sticky.
Eesh, I'm breaking a sweat doing this. Okay, back around. You gotta have one of these to keep your board from sliding all over. Whew. One more time. Fold. This is easier. Fold. This is probably get the layers in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need, how thick does he want these things?
Well, if you're doing a 12 by 12, it is what it is, right?
It doesn't say how thick.
It doesn't matter. You're just rolling it to that dimension.
Twelve by 12. That's almost 12 inches. No, that's about 10.
We'll go a little bit longer.
That's pretty close. Okay, that's pretty good. I think. I'm going to have it a little thicker on this side than I do on this side. Oh, well. Close enough. Okay, so he says to use a 4-inch round biscuit cutter. But the picture he has in there are not 4-inch. This is a 3-inch, which I think is a standard biscuit size. This is a 3.5. We're going to go ahead and use a 3.5 just as a compromise. So he says cut 6 of these. You want them, these are awfully thin.
They're probably going to rise, boo-boo.
These are too thin. I'm going to tell you already.
Well, you rolled it out foot by foot, so you follow directions.
I follow directions, but I think they're too thin.
Well, if it doesn't work, it's on him.
They're too thin. I can tell you.
Huh?
And I believe these are too big.
Huh?
These are way too big.
Then we'll give him a thumbs down if it doesn't turn out.
Because he says cut this into 6 biscuits.
Well, if you had 4 inches, you wouldn't get as many.
I'm getting way more.
Boo. If you had a 4-inch, they would be bigger. You'd get less.
Oh. I'm going to need a second pan, I think. Let's do 1 pan that way. And let's do 1 pan where the way Amy thinks that they should be done. I'm going to use the 3-inch. I'm going to cut them a little thicker. This is still a little too thin, I think. That's a little thicker. Okay, so these are his. These are 3.5 inch. And when I rolled them to the size that he said to roll them, they're too thin. So we'll see how those come out. I then used the 3-inch and I rolled them a little thicker. These still, I think, are a little too thin too. But anyway, we'll bake them off and we'll see what happens. I almost forgot. I have to brush these with melted butter.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a shame.
Yeah, don't forget that.
Just before I was going to put these in, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm missing a step here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're melting and Brushing them with melted butter. Melted butter, brushing them. Now we're gonna brush the flat jags here. What's the butter song? I got some butter. I got some butter. I got some scallions and cheddar and some biscuits with some butter. Yeah. I got some melted butter on my biscuit. Butter on my biscuit. Now they can go in the oven. Okay, so our biscuits are out of the oven, and so these are the bigger, flatter ones, and they're a lot thinner, right? This is the one I did the 3-inch, and I cut it a little thicker. It looks more like what I'm used to for a biscuit. This one, I don't know what happened. It looks like I got a finger stuck in it. So do you think we have flaky layers? There's our biscuit. Do we have flaky layers? We have some layers in there. Ooh.
We got cheese layers.
You can smell the cheese. You want to come on over, Boo?
I don't know.
Take a taste?
I don't know.
I think he does. Come on over. Okay, Boo, try the biscuits.
You see how she calls me over for all the hard work? Like, I actually So, thank you for all your hard work, Boo.
You're welcome.
Now I gotta inspect this. Make sure
Hold on.
What?
Got something on your nose.
I don't know. I gotta make sure you put enough butter on it.
Okay.
Okay, it's enough butter.
Go ahead and take a bite. They feel a little greasy because of all that cheese.
Just a little. I don't know how you rate biscuits. Crunchy a little bit.
Flaky, soft,
Flaky, soft, all the good stuff.
flavorful.
When the butter hits you, it's like, oh yeah, baby. These are bangers, baby. Woo woo.
Bangers!
Yeah.
I think this recipe is a thumbs up. So this is our final Kenji recipe. I'll give you my thoughts of this book when I let you know what the next book's going to be. I would probably roll it a little thicker and make them a little smaller because these were a little thin. Unless you want to make these into like breakfast sandwiches or something. Roll them a little thicker and you'll be fine. So I can't eat these because of the milk, but they smell amazing. I think Eric's going to have all these gone by the end of the day.